with you this evening. You are all set to chime in if you like. If not, just sit back and listen, and you will find yourself getting some information in reference to gardening. I am enjoying this early start because I am going to start planning some things. Yeah, it's amazing. I have not been to the store to purchase anything that I had to walk through the malls, risking covert and that sort of thing. I don't have to do that. I have it all here in the house. Um, been here almost a year and a half, some longer than that. So I feel good about that. I'm gonna make a soil mix tomorrow, which will consist of perlite, vermiculite, and peat moss. I'm gonna do a even mix of each, and that's how I'm gonna do it. Good afternoon to you as well. Thank you very much for stopping by. Let's see, what's the other one here? Hello, how you doing? Couldn't get it. It blinks up for a second and it disappears. I got to figure out how to fix that. Hey, how you doing there? Let's see, the Creek Walker '01, and then hello, Farm Happy. Uh, Thank you for chiming in, folks, and I do appreciate the thumbs up. I am still some people's favorite coming online at the Morning Gardener and enjoying the heck out of gardening, still enjoying the heck out of gardening. Trying something new this year. Um, I'm going to collect more weeds and more grass and this year, and that's going to be me. Uh, I'm going to collect it, compost it, collect. I always did collect my cuttings from my fruit trees, but I think I'm gonna more dice them up a little more. I got a chainsaw I'm dying to use as well. That's gonna be used. Enjoy living with. I got the notification. I'm glad you got the notification. Thank you, because I do hear from some people that say I didn't get the notification, but I did watch the show. A replay. Sometimes delete the subscribe to my channel and then load it back in. Sometimes it needs to be refreshed. And then you got a brand fresh one that should work. That's my take on it. How much money did I spend this year in my garden? I went a little overboard. I did go overboard this year. I did 120 only because I wanted to, not because I had to. I could have did this entire 2022 growing season without investing a dime, period. So that's how that works. So all I did was say, I think I'm gonna spend a little money, um, something to do during the pandemic, to make you feel like you accomplished something. I guess I don't know, but I am doing okay. Um, I'm asking. I know I'm gonna do a lot of greens this year. I'm gonna do a lot of greens this year, and I'm gonna do something new to my trays that I've never done before. Which I'm gonna make a hole in the bottom of the those plastic little 72 uh, 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 you know trays, 72 trays. It'll be about this big. I have a that's a double A battery. It's gonna be about this big because I'm gonna use a drill bit, heat it up, and then poke all the holes in the bottom. I'm gonna do maybe about 3 trays like that. I need big holes in the bottom because the one thing I'm mainly interested in is a lot of drainage. That's what I'm interested in. I'm not going to trust the holes that are in um, the trays that come with it with the little pinholes in it. I just don't want to trust them because even though they made it a factory and the factory should know what they're doing, but I want to do it myself. I want to know that I have big enough holes in the bottom. It could be about the size of this finger here, something like that, and shouldn't be any problem at all. Just heat the spike up, clamp this clamp the drill bit with a little small what they call them thing. Oh God, what they call it? It's a vice grip, little vice pair of vice grips. Heat it up, stick my holes in there, load them up with what I want, pack it down, put my seeds in, um, and just wait it out because the first ones I'm going to do is everything that can germinate around 40-degree temperatures. Those are the ones going to be done first. And thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. Thank you. Uh, and when I get that done, um, that's going to be all set. Now, I'm still thinking about the other thing is I'm still thinking about whether or not I'm going to do this seed giveaway contest. I don't know. Hello, how you doing? Hello, everyone. Thank you very much. I did get your your comment you left. I appreciate that when people leave comments on my videos because I always try my best to answer them. That's what I do. And I'm surprised that more people don't ask me questions about gardening. Like, hey, what would happen if I do this, or what would happen? I mean, I haven't been doing this long. I've been doing it about 22 years, and I've done made all the mistakes that you can possibly make. Um, I have grown large vegetables. I've grown large numbers of aggressive vegetables. And right now, I have a number of trees on my property that are going to be pumping out fruit this year. Everything from apples to pears to plums to peaches to, I did mention plums, right? Yeah, and cherries. I keep forgetting cherries. So that's where I'm at right now. It's looking good. Let's see. Hello, Homestead. Hello, how you doing there? Let's see. Tammy. All right, there we go. That's what I'm seeing here. I am also waiting to get my computer back up and running because I love it when you type your messages and it leaves it there so I can look at it. This goes up and it blinks away like that. It fades away. It's being done on a I think what they call it, an iPad. No, it's not an iPad. Well, it's a I can't think of what they call it, but it's a small device and it does a good job. Oh, okay, all right. I think it's Tammy there. You put there. Um, yeah. I said I go to work tonight. That's why I'm taking this time out with you guys right now. I go to work tonight, and then when I get off work, I'm off the next day, and I got some things to do like that. I have some things to do. Um, you know, oh, and my pomegranate tree is the other one I meant to mention. I'm glad I bought that pomegranate tree. Oh my goodness, that thing turned out real good. It's called a wonderful pomegranate. I purchased it at Home Depot. It was overpriced at $10 a plant. Yes, to me that's overpriced. Um, and then when I got it, I said to myself, I want to try to be successful at this plant. It basically grows a bush, but you can cut it or trim it up into a tree. But the problem with that is that if you're in a very cold climate like where I'm at, which is a zone 7B, which is here in Maryland, uh, if you cut it back too much and it gets hit. Hey, everybody, how you doing, Mr. Price? I just left you a message. Um, you may have already gotten it, but yeah. So I'm going to take the pomegranate. Any cuttings that I take from it, very soon are going to just be planted out, and I'll make more pomegranate plants because my goal is to trade off enough of those pomegranate trees to get my money back. And so that's going to be my whole thing there is getting my money back from what I spent. Get my money right back. I just want to get my money back. That's all. And other trees I will do, like I got a beautiful cherry tree out there that I love this cherry tree. Don't know the name of right offhand, but it's on Stock Brothers list. And what it is it's a sweet cherry that, in fact, can produce cherries without having a second cherry tree. Um, and I got it, and the thing just took off. It was growing like crazy. I looked at it yesterday. And it had to be about 10 or 15, no, it's about 10 or 12 feet tall. Everybody's saying hello. That's a good thing. All right, everybody's saying hello. Thank you very much for the thumbs up, good people. And I um, want you to keep that in mind that I'm growing all this food because of one thing here. I started 22 years ago. I said I was going to do it, and now that we get ready to get slammed, possibly, with this food scare, um, um, I should have enough fresh food to store, to eat for myself and family. And so that's how that is. But some people will be getting into it this year, um, and they will start out uh, putting together their plan to take care of themselves using the garden. But only thing I hate about it is that they're going to get socked when they go purchase the seeds, the plants, the tools. Everything is going to be they're going to get socked on. I have a tool I need to replace, which is called a manure fork. It's got an 8 foot handle, not an 8 foot handle, maybe 6 foot handle, and it separated where the fork came out of the. I think you've seen that happen to tools before, where it came apart. And I kept saying, why buy another a tool like that when you could just simply repair the handle on it? Because there's nothing wrong with the tool. It's just the handle is watching the deer in their backyard count there right. I say 3 right now. Uh, you listen, deers are beautiful animals, but with this food shortage coming up, deer should be very careful around some people because if it get deep enough, people gonna look at them deer and say, I never cleaned a deer before, but let me see how's this done. Because when I did it, it was some very very good meat. I think that's a smile. Yeah, that's a smile that you put up there. Yes, because deer is good, very little fat, and when I ate it, it was made into a sausage. Yes, everything is high this year. Glad I caught last year. Yeah, you're right. Everything is much higher this year. It's just no joke about it. Um, so I'm feeling like okay. I say the prices haven't even finished going up yet, um, and people are feeling it. And some people still don't know what's going on. At my job where I work, they don't really feel what's going on, and so they are saying, "Oh well, maybe it's no big deal," And I'm saying, "Trust me, when you get hungry in the house and you used to buy a large amount of food, I say yes, price crazy. Yeah, I'm just saying it's going to get deep, deep, and you're going to feel it. But some people are just going to pay more and keep moving on. Me, I'm saying um, when there was a video I was watching a couple days ago, and what I found out is that uh, it wasn't no accident that we started going to what is it good and better with the little pigs, rat mix. Yeah. I used to have a pig years ago. Very good animals, very highly intelligent. Um, but what happened was the farmers market Some people are really legitimate, and they grow their own food, and they give you 100% organic food. That's what they do. They pride themselves on doing that. But then there were others who would buy the wholesale stuff and bring them to the farmer's market, mark them up 3 times, and go ahead and sell them, and don't lose any sleep that night. Definitely want to support your live. Yeah, amazing. Amazing. Let's see. Let's see. Want to pass a law reducing the amount wow. I saw the, they want to pass a law, and then it blinked away. It's just crazy how these. I wish there was a way I could figure out how to. Okay, let's see. Want to pass a law reducing the amount of fertilizer farmers can purchase by 30% per acre, and he called it Uncle. Let's see. I said Uncle on the farm and asked hit. You know something? I understand why they're doing it, but let me just say this to you. I'm gonna say this to you so you understand where I'm coming from. If I continue to garden, I will never have to buy another bag of fertilizer as long as I live, because uh, number one is that you don't necessarily need to purchase fertilizer. Everything in most people gardens that are on in their gardens are already, everything they need is there already. Everything. I say how and hello to me. To me. Okay. Hello, how you doing? But my point is this: is that you don't need to purchase fertilizer. I'm just being honest. When the government tells farmers how to do their job, they are bad. Let me see something here. Going bad fast. Yeah, I have to agree with you when you put it that way, about the government interfering in how you grow your own food, because the government is stepping on everything. Uh, and then there are people out there that are saying, well, they're killing the waters around us, and they're polluting this, and the farmers are polluting that. And then they're looking at mass scales of some farmers, what they're doing, uh, and the amount of damage that's done from it. They're looking at that and they're saying, well, what the heck? How much fertilizer do they actually need per acre? And then they asked a bunch of uh, quote unquote experts, and they said this is all they really need. But people are actually dumping fertilizer on the land uh, to make certain that they get a certain yield, and you can understand that if you farm or you're a gardener, you can understand that. But I use compost, and like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm going to use more compost because I'm going to definitely. I have enough weeds and grass growing on my property to make certain that I don't ever need any fertilizer. All I have to do is get out there, get off the buns, and go out there, mow that stuff down, pile it up, mix it in with leaves, mix it in with wood cuttings from my trees, and that's it. And allow it to rot down. Now, another thing I could do is now it's the wood chips that I get delivered to my property. All I gotta do is pick up this phone and ask for it. That's all I gotta do is ask for it, and they'll bring it. And my biggest problem would be telling them when to stop, because they'll continue to bring it. And that's where I'm at with it, folks. Is that I'm doing enough now I got the hang of it, know how to do it, know what the plants need. When they're in the forest, when they're growing in the wild, plants don't need you to bring them nothing, nothing, period. And I know, I say, hello, my brother. Hello, how you doing? Hello, my brother, yes. Um, let's see, wood chips, leaves are very good fertilizer. Absolutely. They're beautiful fertilizer. If you look in the forest, sometimes you see trees that have been there 60, 100 years, and all they're eating is leaves and producing compost on their own, you know, from their own leaves. That's amazing stuff. That's amazing. And so you could do the same thing while you're out there when them leaves around your property. You got neighbors that bag up leaves. You can let them bag them up and give them to you. You could also cut your own grass and use that. The other thing is you could also have your neighbors, uh, but if they cut their grass and you take it, just be certain that they don't use any chemicals on it. And I could do that with. I had a neighbor across the street. He's passed on now. Um, he used to give me his grass clippings, and actually, it was so wonderful the way he did it. Is that he would bring them over there in a wheel barrel and dump them right in my compost pile. Dump them right there. I didn't have to do anything. He dumped them right there, and he didn't treat his grass with anything. It was just grass grew. He cut, and he brought them over there and dumped them. Um, I never took grass clippings from neighbors who used to spray for weed be gone or weed and feed and none of that. I don't. I don't. I don't take those. So I'm looking good now. The fertilizer, I figured that part out. I also figured out I could. The water prices here in Maryland are high as hell. I've learned how to collect that. Only difference I sometimes regret is that my water system that I created only saves up to about 100 gallons of water. That's it. But still, that's not bad. I've never, in any given garden season, ever ran out of water. Never ran out of water here in Maryland. Never. It would always, um, I would be using it and I use it liberally and it would just never run out. It would always be half full. And then weeks later, another rain, fill it right back up. That's how that worked. Got my new phone, folks. Don't know everything about operating it, but I love it because the ringtone I don't like. I guess I could change that. But it is faster. See, my company ran me out of Boost Mobile ran me out of keeping this phone because they said we won't be using uh, 3G after next month, and please get another phone because if you don't, you're gonna lose your service. And this phone couldn't be updated. It couldn't be updated at all. It just wasn't. It was too old. Use the juice of a lemon and 50 gallons of water. Now that's someone I've never heard of. Let's see here. It's got use the juice of one lemon and treat 50 gallons of water. I don't know what you're treating it for. Let me see if I can understand this question that it's saying here. And also, um, yeah. Now that's why I love rainwater. Rainwater, I don't do nothing but just once I collect it, it does its deal. Yeah, once I use the rainwater, so I'll take out the fluoride. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I got you now. I got you. I got you now. I got you. Yeah. I hate using water from my house because when I see the cost of what I just did, I don't like that. Plus, like you said, the chemicals in the water kill the soil biology because that's what it's designed to do. It kills living uh, microscopic animals that live in the water. It kills it. And so when you um, use it, it does the same thing, exact same thing to your soil. So if you want to be safe about it, you'll find a way. Like I did. I didn't think I would ever have a rain barrel system, but I got two of them out there. I went and bought the 50-gallon, 55-gallon tanks for $5 each, and got me some PVC. Created a manifold. I didn't drill any holes in them or nothing. I just used PVC and lined them up. There's some good commercials. I mean, excuse me, some good videos on there to show you how to do it. I did it. If I could do it, anybody can. I'm telling you, because and that's how I did it. That's how I did it. I mean, water. My goodness. And I would collect that water, and I bought me a pump, which I like the Shore Flow pump. That's just one I like. I bought 100 pounds psi. You don't need that much, but I bought it because I was gonna run it through 100-foot holes, and I wanted that pressure behind it to make sure that I can do what I need to do. I said, leaves enough pool to the roof. Let's see. Into the roof so that the rainwater collector has a little fertilizer in it. Now I didn't know that I didn't think never thought about birds crapping on my roof. I never thought about. Thank you very much, Mrs. Price. Um, I never thought about that. I can't wait to start eating fresh food this year. In fact, once I get offline here, I'm gonna go and look at my fresh. Oh, here's a little commercial somebody left online. Let's see what they said here. They left there. Can you see that? I'll read it for you. Planting fruit trees now will pay off later. Well, we all know that. You and I, we know that. Um, but that's an advertisement for people who are selling fruit trees. My thing is, I got to get to a situation where I can stop the birds from eating up my grapes and stuff. So I will buy some netting this year. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And never saw your face. Birds leave enough poo on the roof that the rain collected is a little fertilizer in it. Uh huh. Uh huh. I'm happy to hear that. Every little bit helps. Right now, the temperature outside is 34 degrees. When I left out here early, it was 20 something degrees. So we're starting to warm up here in Maryland. We're starting to warm up. The only thing that I will be starting early this year, I'll go through my list, but one of the main things is going to be cabbage, collard greens, and kale. Right now, they're going to be, and I'm going to put them in their own little thing and let them grow and let them do their thing. Next one probably peppers. Peppers take a long time to grow, in my opinion, in this zone. Look like we're going to get a little snow showers 3 days in a row. So one of them is going to do its deal. I love one of my favorite tools on my property is my rain barrel system because I liked it when you got the 12 volt battery connected to it, which I like to use. Um, oh God, what's that battery that you use in a golf cart? Um, Deep cycle battery, and that battery is the truth. You put it in there, and it'll pump water for hours. And then you go, and I had it hooked up to a what did we call this? It was hooked up to a system where 12 volt charges the battery from the sun. Anybody have any questions about gardening? Anything new you're gonna plant this year? Do you plan on doing anything different? Is it have a special need? I am a nice guy. I'm planting my planting my planting my seeds at my house. See house. I went online and planted. I went online and priced those seeds. I remember when those seeds were higher in price. They seem to have gone down, but there's a whole bunch of seeds you can buy like that on. If you decided to, you might already have the seeds, but you could buy right on eBay. Easy plant to grow. If I had any need for that plant, I would grow it because they're easy to grow, and they grow a big plant. I mean, a big plant. I would just get pride and joy off of growing it big and healthy, because they can get some size to them. I used to watch people's videos. I said, growing Native American corn is. Let's see what we got here. Let's see, growing Native American corn and the new types of squash. Beautiful. Do your thing. Do your thing. Um, I'm not familiar with Native American corn. I just know one corn that I love without question, and that is peaches and cream. I will always holler that out. I say I love tomatoes. I say my plants. One of the first plants I planted was tomatoes. 22 years ago. Strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries. Blueberries going in this year. All new yard soil prep needed. I don't know what kind of soil prep you're going to do, but be careful. I said I have some 6 inches high seedlings, mulberry. But some people like mulberry. It's an acquired taste. Let's see. That is a pull ground last year. Survival this winter. The hope they survive the winter. Mulberry is a very durable plant. I got a mulberry tree right outside my window right now. I paid $1,200 last year to get them to cut that bastard back because they do grow, and I would hate to see anybody stick one right close to their house because that sucker grew so big it was blocking out the sun from my peach trees, my apple trees, um, and one of my cherry trees. Huge tree. Men were up on ropes and stuff to cut this sucker down. So that was how they did it. I love my plants, kale, greens. Yeah. Once you get to night temperatures, well, you might want to use a heat mat if you want to start them real early. But they don't. I mean, they're not too much phased with the cool nights. But um, I'm gonna start mine very soon because I just want to grow them because they grow so easy and they're wonderful. Um, you, you I don't do much in my soil. I just simply plant them, uh, put them around plenty of compost. They love it. They love it like they lick their fingers. In other words, when they're eating it, they love it. And when you're doing them right, is when the leaves will be dark green and there'll be huge leaves, because you're doing everything right. Poke your finger in the ground, make sure you got a little moisture under them, and they're not wet, but just poke your finger in the ground and see that they got moisture, and you're good to go. I have a white mulberry. Let me hit that again. Open it back up. Mulberry, a giant. I have a. Okay, okay. You got a mulberry. It's beautiful. You got a giant. I don't know how tall it is. Mine was closer to 3 stories high. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks. I got up early today and got things done. Anybody out there got ever had a pinched nerve in their back that lasted longer than 5 months? All right, let's see what we got here. I have a giant. Yeah, because I'm happy with my trees the way they're growing, and when those plum trees start taking off, that's going to be nice. That's going to be real nice. But they were selling. Yep. Well, I guess I'm gonna call it, folks. Thank you very much for stopping by the Morning Garden Show. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, we're going to do this again, and I think that if you plan everything out this year, you'll be successful. Just plan it out, get it done, and that way you'll be happy when the food start crunching, and you start looking around thinking to yourself, "Man, I wish I had some collard greens or some fresh onions or some potatoes," you won't have to worry about that because you'll already have it. To save a little money, like when you buy those seed potatoes this year, folks, remember, get them from an organic store instead of buying those seed potatoes in the Walmart that's for growing, because they've marked way up too high. Get them from an organic a vegetable store where you can pay a lot less for them, and and you'll be a lot better off because you want to save some money while you're buying your seeds this year. Um, and you'll see that Walmart still might have some seeds that's affordable. I like for some people when you go out to these, I am using, yeah, I am. Wait, let me see what this says here. I have winter garden. I have a winter garden I am using right now. Beautiful, beautiful. Keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. All right, good people. This is the morning garden. Keep on growing. Hello, my friend. How you doing? Oh, you came in at the end of the show. Why would you do that, young man? Why would you do that? Hey, are you still getting the notifications? Because some people aren't getting them. My last video, I mentioned you in, which was the one before this one, um, and everything's going pretty good. Hey, let me ask you something. Right, food farmers permaculture. While I got you on the line, um, have you ever heard of a pinched nerve in your back lasting longer than, say, 6 months? Because my understanding is they will heal on their own. I don't know what that means. Wait, hi, Fufa Bronco. Okay, you said yes. Okay. Do they heal on their own? Because sometimes they can be vicious. Whoa, you said it could last years. You mean, are you saying you mean come and go or just constantly your gait off, difficulty with the back pains and that sort of thing? Okay, thank you very much, Rufus. I figured I'd ask you, man, because you be just studying a little bit of everything. Let's see, and so now one thing been making me feel good. I've been taking potassium. For some reason, it makes my back feel better. I don't know what it's doing, but what I read, it said no sugar and no processed food. Got you. Thank you. And what I found is that the potassium somehow helps. I got up this morning, felt like I wanted to run track, really. And I said, whoa, I said, wait a minute, what's going on here? Wherever I saw your face. I'm doing good as far as Let me see what I got here. Let's see. Doctor will heal you. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Uh, but make bananas regularly in your diet. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Good looking out, family. Thank you. I had no idea that your diet could affect your that much. Listen, just make bananas a regular in your diet. Okay, thank you very much. Has anyone on there ever felt onions are worth growing? Because you know something, I definitely um, uh, tried growing onions before. They're not exciting to me, but there's one Wallenius. Uh, uh, is an onion that I always looked at because of its size, and uh, you know, you could grow food by just feeding the plant, feeding the soil right, and watching the food grow beautiful from based on the condition of your soil. And I love healthy soil. And every time I see a show on a video rather, and somebody said, "Well, I'm gonna till my ground," and I go, "Oh," I kind of cringe when they say, "I'm gonna till my ground." So what can you do? That some people learn that way, and that's what they're going to continue to do. Same way I learned, and then I said, wait a minute, hold up. I don't want to keep tilling my ground and seeing it be soft and spongy while I'm tilling it, and then the rain hits it and it packs back down and gets all these little cracks in it. And when that happens, I start noticing that I see no worms and I see no biology really in the soil. Am I doing something wrong? Yes, I was doing something wrong. So I don't do that anymore. I want it natural. Everything about my garden, I want natural. So that's it for me, folks. I want to see some of your videos up because I sit in there daily and watch people videos. Um, and I like watching the ones that people put up and they talk about soil. Those are my favorite videos is when they talk about soil or soil improvements or how to build soil. Uh, you know, that's the stuff I like. And and remember, when you're buying um, food from the farmer market in the future, and you think about it, this video, and you walk by, you look underneath the counters where the people are selling the food from. See if you see boxes um, with labels on it that say things like where it came from, because some of them are coming from wholesalers, and there's wholesaler labels on the boxes because some of them are not growing those vegetables. Some of them are not growing those vegetables. They're not growing them. They're simply buying it. Some are bold enough to put it up on the stand with the sticker still on it, but some are actually buying it, pulling the stickers off, marking it up 3 times, and selling them, and they don't lose any sleep over it. And you know, it's 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 false advertising, but they still sell them and make their money. This has been the Morning Gardener Show. Remember, keep on growing. Thank you very much. This is the Morning Gardener Show. Yes.